Shitty grass. Oh man, what an awful, awful thing I've done with this. I still think the coolest thing is just even this like shitty stuff here. It's actually pretty cool. I'm a fan of the awfulness. Alright, so I have successfully, it appears, moved all of this crap around. So that's a good place to check all that garbage in. Alright, so we removed that. Moved a whole bunch of garbage. Alright. Let's also do a reconcile just to make sure. Alright, so supposedly it's good to go. So I'll check that in. See what's the next thing. The next thing is to add playlist information to the game browser UI. And to add the game mode to the, yeah. And this has just gotta upload all the trash that we just moved around. Hooray for big binary files. I mean, we're sending the data 20 megabits per second. That's what we got here. Alright, cool. So that is sorted. I need to leave a big notice to myself. Do not push to prod. Tools config has changed. Level packages. Okay, so playlist information and all that. Alright. So what we want to add next is we want to add playlist information here to this guy. So we already have the playlist name here, but we want to add in this details panel the playlist name and then the list of game modes. So how does that actually look? Like, what data structures are we using here? Yeah, okay, so get Brackensec game list, get available games list. So where's this game info? So gameplay constants. And then we have a string pair thing. Well, let's see what we're actually getting with our string pairs. So this is what we're getting in production right now for stuff. So it looks like we have this BS geopt, geopt. So we're not sending the playlist, but we are sending the options. So we need to make it so that we actually send our playlist name, I believe. I think that's in our game mode. Alright, so we need to call gameplay utils get active playlist. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff on this. Is there a better, like, maybe we should just have a simple thing here for static f-string get active playlist name. Just something simple. Alright, and our key is going to be this guy. Alright, so let's go ahead and build that. So what is this going to look like? It's going to look like this. Okay, so what we're going to want to do is go through our properties here for our games. So we have our games, and I of course closed our gameplay constants. Alright, so alright, so okay, so I'll have to look exactly how my debug stuff is handling this. Yeah, here we are. Alright, so that'll add our information in here for while we're debugging. So how are we constructing these things? So we are actually cloning this whole thing here. Okay, so we've actually got a system for this that doesn't completely suck. Okay, so this is uptime, match length. We have a header and all this stuff. We want like another header, I think. So let's take a look at how this is organized. Looks like the whole thing is just overflow auto. So if we add another thing in here, just like a so a playlist and then a list of options. Maybe we want this to go afterwards. Because I mean, we could just stick this on here. Just chunk, 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 chunk. Or we could just have a text field for it. That's probably what we want. Yeah, so that's looking like it's actually not too hard for us to deal with. And it does scroll, so that's good. So let's change just the width of that and see what that does for us. So it looks like this now. Yeah, alright. We just need to fix the background color on this guy. And yeah, that looks fine. So we just need to put an ID on this guy. This will be playlist. This will be options. I believe it was called playlist name. Yeah. Root node of null. 49. Missing on 114. Yeah, right here. Alright, cool. So we've got our playlist information that will be added if available. So, match filters. So that should allow us to do all of our filtering. Yeah, looks like it works. Excellent. Let's see if it works in the game. Whoops. Didn't mean to close all my Chrome windows. Keep closing shit. What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? There we go. Alright, so we want to see if the game browser is working properly. So we gotta log in, host a game, and then go take a look at it. But we should actually join a game which has some settings. I'm just gonna go make sure that everything is written in the database properly. So those are our options. Can we not load the games, or? Well, we need another client or somebody to make a game, so I guess we'll just kind of muddle through it. So we got to Blah 0, but we never got to Blah 2, so we never finished this? Playlist name.push. Yeah, that's not a function. I think that's all that it needed. Sticky ball? How the hell did that... GS playlist, sticky ball. Alright. Is that actually what I have? Well, let's take a look. Yeah, that's the playlist. Well, let's pick something with a few options then. There we go. Low contact, fast ball. Very good. So the training level needs to not have voting. So I think what I'm going to do is inside of the arena level, we already have these editor start vote and editor blah. What we want to do is go to the arena level and add a has voting option and have it skip doing voting. Okay, so let's go to our begin play, and I think it's initialize match. So if in editor, do this stuff. So we want to do has voting. So if has voting, we're going to set to our pregame. Otherwise, we're going to set for our in-game. And the next thing is level update. So update in-game, check victory, server set game over. So we need update game over. So if server set pre-game lobby. Okay, so what we want to do here is if we have voting is true, set for the pre-game lobby. Otherwise, we want to set for in-game. I'm glad I overhauled this so this isn't super difficult to do. Then all we have to do for this guy is go down to this checkbox and just say this doesn't have voting. And that'll do that. Game options text entry fields are busted. Alright, so the next thing I want to fix is these game options have a busted text entry. Let's take a look at that. So what does have a text entry is the multiplayer host screen has got one. Yeah, okay, so it needs to be in the class. So let's see, apply settings, blah, add bot, player name. I think our options are hidden inside of like widgets or some shit. Is it at the bottom of dialogue? Alright, here we are. Alright, well I'm gonna have to be right back, so I will be... Oh, people are actually in chat now. What happened? You think the stream is down? Oh, you think Steam is down? Well, that's unfortunate. I mean, looks like it's up for me. Yeah, Steam's online for me, so it must just be you. You know you'll be here? Yeah, it's true. Yeah, so I'm just starting on fixing a few more bugs. I've got a big list of them. So I'm just going through them. Anyway, I need to be right back, so I will be right back. All right. Well, I have returned. You're making up the x divided by y equals 1 minus z. Math. Who cares? What? Programmers do math? What? I don't know about that. Alright, so Adam was saying there were some issues with the game options. That when you've got these things selected, that the cursor advances. Looks like up and down. Left and right doesn't advance, but up and down do. So it's just up and down. That's kind of funny, actually. I never noticed that up and down. Alright, well, I guess I can fix that then. So I was looking at these things and they look like they're properly set up, so it's going to be the I mean, programming it's more of a logic game than I would say math. Alright, so let's get this rolling along. Thank you for hosting, Hochikono. Always appreciated. The start button brings you back out of the pause menu? I mean, I think so. It appears to work for me. So it looks like the pause menu is closing on start instead of start was pressed. Alright, well, I'll fix that too then. Alright, cool. That works. So the pause menu, so it's the closing of the pause menu that is actually the problem. This is gamepad special, right? Alright. Alright. So yeah, that'll be fixed now. Are you pushing a hotfix? No, I don't think we're gonna do a hotfix. The game is not quite so incredibly broken that I would want to do that. Like basically, whenever you do any sort of fixes, also, you weren't here yesterday, but the UI level went in. Let's fix up these redirectors. Yeah, it's bad practice to push out a hotfix unless there's a real reason for it. Like normally it'd be like real crash bugs or whatever. But yeah, so this is kind of the new UI that we're working with. When it boots up, you get what will, like a scene, and then different backgrounds for different things like this. So Adam can go put pretty stuff around the level. And this is just some crap I threw together, so this is just really bad. But we can at least have a little bit of fun with it. Like, I can spawn in the fat sacks who float around because I was just making sure the water works. And then you can go watch them as they as they go down the waterfall. So we'll see. Stuff like that we can kind of mess around with. Oh my god, get out of the way. It's sequential. Yeah, the basically how I've got it are there are these viewpoints that you can create. And this is all the same level, and but you can make these. You can set the time of day, and this thing will remember the time of day that you had. And so Adam can position all these little cameras around